All right. Yay. So I can't get enough of Christmas right now. And I'm sorry. I know I feel a little bit scandalous by doing all of these like fa la 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 holly jolly things, but I love it. And I have like a week left. So I've got to get it out. I'm using an old canvas. If you're doing the take home kit, of course, I've already got it drawn for you and you have all the paint and all the magic you need. But if not, let's see if we can pull this back a little. Didn't realize that this wouldn't quite be in the frame. So I think I'm going to pull this down a little. I'm going to just show you how to make this really fast. It's not hard. All right. So I'm using a mostly dead Sharpie. And then I'm going to just give myself a nice, let's see, I'll do it with paint. Because that is just dying on me. That's okay. So I'm going to do it with yellow paint. And I'm just going to go pointy at the bottom, but it's pretty much like an almond shape. And you can give it a little whoosh. But seriously, you guys can do that. There's no doubt you can do that. And then I'm going to do a box up here, a little, you can see that, right? Like it's just a little box with a little oval on top. And then it's going to use a little whoosh, and we'll paint that in later. So it's kind of like a backwards question mark. Yeah, that's good. All right. So, a couple things. I'm not going to wash my brush very much. With this one, it won't matter too much because it's all about the colors that you use and then all of the fun filigree stuff that you put on top. And we'll play with the background a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of a gray background and then move it on into greens and have some fun with that. So I'm going to use, so if you have my new brush set, it looks like this. If you don't have my brush set, use whatever you have. And then my used brush set, the old guy, is kind of somewhere in this neighborhood. And today I'm going to go with my new brush set. So if you have my old one, just use the 1-inch guy. And I want a little gray back there. So I'm grabbing a nice hunk of white. I'm going to pop it in here. And I'm just peeking in. You can kind of see a little bit of black. And that's going to give me gray. This was a used canvas because I have so many, literally like probably 200 or 300 canvases that are like half finished. Oh my goodness. But that's what I get. I have an art studio. That's what happens, right? Okay. So just get in there. I want the corner to be a little bit darker and a little, I don't know, almost like soot. I don't know. So I'm just popping that in. Do, 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 do. Okay. Just have fun. You can soften with a finger if you need to. Move that in. And I don't know, maybe down there I'll go. I'm going to do a little more gray up here, I think. So I've got white again by my ornament. Pull that down. And then again, a little hint of black. Smush it along there. I just love these because they're fun. Everyone can choose their own colors. Just get some sort of something in there. You don't have to work too hard. Okay. So down in here, I want to grab some more white. And then I'm going to grab, I'm going to grab a lighter green, just see if I like it. Not too much. I don't want too much. And I'll add a darker green there later. Get the bottom. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to add that up a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to mess it up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab a dark green and I use my lids first and pop it into the corner there. And I'm going to be I want that to be sort of choppy. Yeah, that's how I want it. Yeah. Okay, and then do the bottom too. Don't forget your bottom. Okay, good. And over here, maybe I'll do a little bit more green. Not too much. Okay. If you need to, flip the canvas around so you can actually work on it. Okay. And remember, like, overblending is a thing. So if you want it nice and smooth, go from side to side, all the way up and all the way down. But in this case, I do want mine choppy. Okay. And we'll see. I will probably add more later. In fact, I'm almost positive I'm going to add more later. Maybe I'll add more now. Kind of like that. So I am going to add more. Okay. And just get it to where you love it. Or at least like it a lot. Okay, good. So I think that is probably okay. And now I want to start in here. I'm not going to wash my brush. You can if you want to, but that's a lot of work. So what I'd like to do, I want some big, beautiful bands of color. So I'm going to come in with my phthalo blue. And I want this to be fairly loose, because if I make it fairly loose, then it's just a little more fun to play with. Okay. And I want another big blue band right here. Does it have to be perfect? No. And set your arm on something. Now, you're right-handed. You're going to go, whoop, but I'm not. So I'm left-handed. And I brace myself and pull it towards me. Brace myself, pull it towards me. Don't hesitate with those lines, because your body has the perfect curve. It knows what to do. But when you hesitate, you're going to augment that curve. It won't be as nice. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you need to, flip it over and continue. My little Discord keeps going off. So we'll put you right there. Okay. And we'll highlight and shadow these in a bit. But right now, I'm just going to get the colors in. Okay. Just solid colors. And I'm going to go with a big bold color here as well. I mean, blue is just going to be my primary color. And again, turn the canvas so that it's easy for you to work on it. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so get those colors in. And we'll just pull it down. Okay, now just choose whatever color makes sense for you. And this is going to be a lot like my gnome painting. Okay. And do a little in there. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start. I want this to be a little bit lopsided, just a little bit to give it some movement. I'm going to move this in. And I want to move in some teal. Now, if your teal and blue don't look amazing together, then just choose another color. But this is phthalo and just a nice teal. And what I'm going to do is take my paper towel and just wipe off my brush, grab a hunk of teal, pull that in. And then in the middle, I'll meet and go back and forth. Okay. Let's see if I can shut this off and you can see it a little bit better. That's kind of dark and stormy though, isn't it? All right. But at least you can see what I'm doing a little better, probably. All right. Okay. So in here, I want to play a little bit. I'm going to take a different brush. I'm going to go 1/2 inch. It's clean. It's beautiful. And I want to grab, what do I want to do? A little purple. Yeah, let's do purple. So I'm going to come in strong on one side and then go all watercolory on the rest. So you can use a baby wipe. Whatever makes sense. I'm going to pull that in. Maybe a little more. Yeah, we're going to make these all solid and then add color to them as we go. I'm going to go purple down here. Okay. Yeah. I think we'll do that. And then that will enable me to come back with a little peach or pink, whatever you prefer. It's kind of fun. Okay. And then I've got a light green that we used here. And I want to pull in some light green. A few of these spots. Maybe one more up here. And this big one down here. Good. And then I'm going to wipe it off. Wipe it off, and I'm going to grab a hunk of purple and see if I like what we got. And I do. That's up to you. Hey. Just adding some of that light purple in there. It's kind of fun. All right. Now, up here, I want to take some blue and this gorgeous black color. And row that. Whoops, too much. That's fine. If it's too much, grab. Oh, I got to turn this back on. I'm just getting too much shadow. Okay. So does that make sense? And it doesn't have to be swanky. Come in. Okay. And then on that side, you can grab a light blue, or you could be easy peasy about it and just grab white with the blue that you already have and pull it from the other side. Mm-hmm. And if it's not bright enough, just come back in and do more. Okay, does it look like it's spinning yet? I hope it looks like it's spinning. It's kind of fun. And if you want, you can go a little brighter. Now, with this guy, I'm going to wash off my brush. And I'm going to come in with teal and some of that white and brighten that side up. Let me just pull it. Okay. And I left a little spot up there. I think I'm going to go completely peach in that little guy. And then you can always come back and add a touch of purple if you want, but probably let that dry first. Okay. So I'm going to work on this for a momento while all of that's drying, because it's got to dry. And we're going to, what are we going to do? This little thing. Now, the best color I found to use is yellow ochre, if you have it. You can do that. That yellow ochre is really nice. And then grab a little black, do the inside. Okay. And then we'll let that dry. And meanwhile, I'm going to take this brush. Now, either one of these brushes will work, but I'm going to take this one, grab some black, and you can start up here. And that's all I want to do. Oops, can you see that okay? Perfect. Oops, this guy's in my way. Okay. All right. So in here, you can sort of decide what you want going on there. And since we have time, because we've got to let this dry, maybe I grab just some fun. Ooh, you could grab blue too. That would be gorgeous. And I'm just going to make some pine needles. So just this, imagine there's a line. Well, I guess I've just given a line now. And just let the paint fall off your brush. Like, it doesn't have to be saturated. And I'm going back in with green and adding that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want a little something going on there. And we'll highlight that more as it dries. And I'm not going to get into it too much over there. So this is kind of, just added that. That's all I did. And then you can kind of see that bottom. Okay. And when that dries, I'll definitely highlight it. And maybe there's a sprig there. So maybe I take, oops, that was a lot of blue. I did not intend for that. But maybe this time, bring it in on your side. And that blue and green together make a gorgeous color. So it was actually why in 2017 I chose my paints, because I loved the color that they made together. And I'm just letting it trail. And this kind of looks like a feather, and that's okay. Fine with that. And then again, I will let this dry. And everything should flow from the stem. Everything should flow from the stem, always to the stem. So stem out, stem out, stem out. Okay, stem out, 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 out. Okay. Good. Are we dry yet? Nope. But close. Close. So close. Okay. And we'll do lots of wonderful things when that is dry. So that is still wet. All right. We're just going to leave it then. So one of the things we can do around it, but not on it, is take a little yellow in the back of your brush and add a few sparkles. And we'll do more of these, but can you see that? I don't know if you can even see that. Okay. Good. So I'm just dipping, not this brush, but, well, you can. I mean, whatever floats your boat, right? But I'm going to do this. And when this is all dry, I'll definitely do a couple in red. And I'll hold this up so you can see it. You know, it's funny. I've done this a long time, and I still get trapped with the idea that I need to do something serious all the time. That I can't just have a little bit of fun. You know, it's like watching cartoons with my kids. Okay, so I want to ever so gently start adding color to this, and it's still a touch wet. I'm going to add a little of this bright yellow up here. I washed my brush, by the way. It's better if you wait, but for the sake of YouTube land, just throwing that there. And then, let's see, so you can kind of see what that looks like. I'm going to grab more white, because I definitely need it. And then I'm just going to pop a little of that brightness right in there. That. Pop a little brightness. See if I can get. It's a little challenging when everything's wet. So that's really why you should wait until it dries. But at least it gives you an idea. So that's just white. Up like that. Makes it look all dimensional. Okay. Okay. So next is the fun part. So I'm going to take my 1/2 inch. Now, I will say you need a chiseled brush for this. So if you're using my brush set, then really this guy's the way to go. Okay, so I'll show you a couple things. Number one is you can very relaxed. Well, I'll show you a couple things. But I'm taking a lot of paint. Okay, so he's really full of paint. And then I'm just going to get my hand in a position. Okay, that's fine. And I'm just going to go whoosh. Lots of paint. Whoosh. Oops. Whoosh. And that's fine. And you can see how much white. And it's not a ton. And then, so that's how it looks with some of these fun stripes. But what I really love to do is washing that front, because you never want paint to dry on the brush. I take, again, the back of the brush, and instead of doing a line, I do dots. Lots and lots of dots. See if I can gently push you closer here. And just follow a line that you like, or a line you don't like, so that you can correct it. And then you can do something really like relaxed. You can do that sort of thing. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Or for those of you who must have it perfect, you can do this sort of thing. Chisel your brush, okay? Pop it in and chisel it out like this. So you have a nice sharp angle. And let's start up here. You can do, of course, your lines, but you could also do little crosses. Oh, I like that one right there. You could do a snowflake. Let's do a snowflake like maybe right here. It's a nice cross. And then we're going to go whoop, 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 whoop. And if you need more leg room, that's fine. And you can just keep going with this too. That's kind of hard over there. So I'm just going to bring it over here. And then do some beautiful dots in between. That sort of thing. You can do some fun stripes. Make sure you're chiseling your brush so you get a nice... Now, if you're using my new set, this guy's the way to go. And that's just how that goes. So you can do that. And if your line isn't perfect, that's okay. You can do you can do a zigzag. And remember, chisel your brush. Now, I like the bigger brushes for detail work better than smaller ones. And the biggest reason is that these hold more paint. So I can keep going. And I think up here, I'm going to go dot, dot. Okay, so and I want a nice thick line there, so I'm going to do that. And then I want a little more, I'm going to do more dots, I think. Whoops, I lost my pattern. That's okay. I don't know that it matters too much. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now all of that is dry now, so I'm going to come in with white and light green, maybe a pop of yellow, and add, oh yeah, we need a lot more white in there. Lots more yellow. Throw in some purple. Throw in some purple up here. And then yellow. White. And then I'm going to wash this off, and I need some red, just a little bit of red. So I'm going to grab this guy. And pop some red right in there. I might make these a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pop that light off. And maybe up in the corner, just a little, you have to decide, maybe just a touch more. Okay. That is just really fun to do. I love it. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll see you, I don't know. I'll see you either in a minute or tomorrow or whenever. Bye.